European football returns this week, including the Europa League. We have the latest round, that is round of 32. First leg predictions coming at you right here, right now, on the old YouTube. And guess what? We are live! Roll VT! That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at the old Europa League, boys and girls, back this week at the round of 32. And we have the first leg predictions coming at you right here, right now, live on the old YouTube. So if you are new, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button, keep your bang up to date with all things Europa League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here under one rooski. So smash the subscribe, smash the like as well, get it all up there in the old algorithm. So let's talk about, in fact, hold the pissing phone. Let's say hello to a few people because we are live. Jack Harvey's here, LG and Cal's here. They're here to watch some Europa League predictions. But once again, this past couple of days been absolute stormer. We have another Patreon, new one. Thank you very, very, very, very much. Been a busy old week. LG and Cal, you started it all off with becoming a Patreon. But Mitchell Shoney stepped up to the plate. He's also joined the latest list of Patreons. So Mitchell Shoney, big respect to your brother. You've joined the exclusive VIP gang of Patreons. You joined the likes of LG and Cal earlier this week. Constable 1976 earlier this week. Aztec Marky B Mark also joined this week. He's actually a Brentford fan. So we're going to have a little bit of a to-do later on this week. And of course, the originals back in the day. John Spurn, Tom Beresford and Tom Clark. Exclusive Patrons, respect to your brothers. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you want to join that illustrious gang, there is a link down there. It is in the description. Patreon.com/Blackburn Roverseas, or Roverseas, I think it's Roverseas. Check it all out. And then you can join the VIP gang and you'll get a burst from Mile on my face and you'll be forever, I'll be forever in your debt. So, hello Brenda Show, Stuart Murray. Welcome to the gang, buddy. Aye. Okay then, let's get going, folks, and take a little look at what we're talking about here today, which is the Europa League. That's right, let's get it going. I've got to fire up my old bits and pieces over here. So we're talking about the Europa League. Hang on, I've got to be quick and sensitive here. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, the Europa League, let's take a look at the nation, or the clubs that have already made it through. It's Sevilla and APOEL CF from Cyprus. They got through in the old group stages. So just a reminder of those two powerhouses right there. They are joined alongside Malmö FC Copenhagen from Denmark. So they're in the gang as well. Moving forward, we've got a lot to cover here. FC Basel, Getafe, they made it through their group as well, quite convincingly in the win. Just one defeat for Basel, maybe a surprise package in the old UEFA competition. Brenda Show shares Manchester United are shit. So yes, we'll allow that. Go for it, sunshine. So these bad boys are in there. Moving forward into the next group, we have LASK out of Austria, Sporting Lisbon out of Portugal, dominating their group quite convincingly. PSV Eindhoven taking a tumble in this one. So is Rosenborg. This is quite a strong group when you think about it. It's quite surprised that these bad boys upset the apple cart. I didn't see LASK going through. I did see Sporting, perhaps, maybe Sporting and PSV to get through on this one. Moving on to the next one is Celtic, for all you Scottish folk out there. Stuart Murray, he can be a Scotsman. He sounds like a Scotsman. CFR Cluj coming out of Romania, dominating it as well. Look at the gap between Cluj in second and Lazio in third spot there with just 6 points. That's a bit of an upset as well. You'd expect Lazio to dominate. Perhaps you would have thought Celtic Lazio to get through on this one. That's what I would have thought anyway. But anyway, it is Celtic and Cluj going through to the knockout phases. Moving forward, what else do we have got going on? We've got Arsenal and Eintracht Frankfurt. They came through their group. Arsenal just the one defeat. Eintracht Frankfurt just squeaking by Standard Liège with the 1 point there. 3 defeats, 3 wins for Frankfurt. So they go through to the hat. We'll look at the draw and all that kind of good stuff. Yes, moving on. What else we got going on? We got Porto and Rangers. They are through. Young Boys Bern and Feyenoord. They crash out of this bad boy. So Porto, you'd fancy their chances. Obviously, ex-European Champions League winners back in the day. So they're through. Alongside them, it'll be Espanyol, struggling in La Liga, but doing okay in the maybe they're focusing on this one. They could win the flipping Europa League and get themselves through to the Champions League and get relegated to the Secunda Division at the same time. Ludogorets Razgrad squeezing there through at second spot. Yes, bit of support there from LG and Cal. Le Patreon is supporting the Scottish clubs. We all are. We've got to root for them, even though we have our own domestic battles on our hands. But yeah, I'll be rooting for the Scottish teams on this one. So Espanyol and Ludogorets Razgrad are through as well. Gent out of Belgium come through unbeaten in a very, very difficult group with a lot of draws knocking about. Wolfsburg came in second. Again, not doing very well in the Bundesliga, but they came through just with the one defeat. 11 points on the board on this bad boy. So it's Gent and it is Wolfsburg. Moving on, we have İstanbul Başakşehir. Upset the apple cart here, knocking out my boys. Mönchengladbach tumbled out. I was hoping that they could squeeze through and then have a little run at it. But hey, they're focusing on the Bundesliga. They're doing well in the old Bundesliga. But it's Roma and İstanbul Başakşehir. If you've got a bit of time on your hands and you like a bit of FIFA or like a bit of Football Manager, check out İstanbul Başakşehir. They've got some old classic players still on their books there in their late 30s. I can't remember their names at the moment, but it is an interesting roster of players on İstanbul Başakşehir's roster. So check that out when you get a moment. So those bad boys, they made it through. Always tricky to go to Turkey, and it won't be any different this time around. Braga and Wolves came through quite convincingly out of their group. No defeats for Braga. They got an interesting tie, I'd say, against Rangers this coming week. Wolves also through as well, just the one defeat. I suspect that's against Braga as well. I can't really remember. So Sporting Braga and Wolves go through. And then it's Manchester United up against AZ Alkmaar. Well, not up against, but they came through their groups as well. It's the final group. Manchester United with the one defeat. Alkmaar must have turned them over, and Alkmaar also going through, and Manchester United must have repeated the favour as well. So those two came through. Man United came in qualified in the end quite convincingly. It was just AZ Alkmaar wrapping up the business. So that's the teams from the Europa League group stages, but we're joined by, of course, 8 has-beens from the Champions League. So let's take a look at those has-beens after we confirm those. So the has-beens that are joining us will be Olympiacos. They were finished third in their group, as did Ajax, as did Bayer Leverkusen. Benfica also coming through. Club Brugge, obviously, have been mentioned in the comments already. What have we got here? I'm getting there. Hey, Jack Harvey, we've got to have a bit of background here, buddy. We have a bit of background. Shakhtar Donetsk are also in there, and Inter Milan. And wrapping it up will be Radensport Salzburg or Red Bull Salzburg, depending on where you are in the world. Bit of background, so we know what's coming, because you never know. You come from Mars, come down, watch this, and you go, who's in the Europa League? So now we know. We all know. So let's get it going, folks, and take a little look at the first game. We are talking about first legs. Remember, this is only the first leg. It is Club Brugge against Manchester United in Belgium. So get your predictions in the old comment section and in the chat if you're with us live. Zashin Daplavsad is already straight in there with his pickaroo. But we're gonna try and give you a bit of background on this bad boy if I can find it. Let's have a look at the odds first and foremost. The odds is 9-5 for Club Brugge to win this bad boy. 12-5 is the draw. 7-5 for Manchester United for the victory on this one. Heading into this, if you want to take a look at the odds overall to win the Europa League as it stands, Manchester United are actually fourth favourites, 7-1 this one. Club Brugge are long shots. Where are they? They must be mid 100-1. I can see that. So bear with me while I try and find the old statistics on these bad boys. Heading into this, Club Brugge top the table out in Belgium, first in the table, 58 points on the board after 25 matches. Manchester United are down 10 ninth. Obviously, they have a game in hand on a lot of the teams above them because of the old winter break. So they'll be hoping to get themselves further up the table, possibly. Now that the fifth spot could be Champions League, they'll be looking to do that as well. Heading into this, though, Club Brugge unbeaten in at least 5 games, drawing with Standard Liège last time out. As for Manchester United, they come to this on a 3-game unbeaten run in all competitions, including the 6-0 win over Tranmere. What have you guys got in the predictions in the old chat? Zashin Taplavsa with a 2-0 win for Manchester United. Miles Austin says Ajax and Benfica have been major disappointments. They have been, but they have a chance now to rectify it here. LG and Cal with a 1-1 draw. Miles Austin, same scoreline. Jack Harvey with a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Summit Guatam is ploughing ahead of us, but we're taking a look at the Manchester United ones. He's gone with a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Yannick Buster with a 3-2 win as well. James Mullet with a 2-1 win for Manchester United as well. So you guys, you get the idea. If you are new to this, to sort of set up here and the all prediction stuff, in the description there is a link of a list of all the fixtures that take place. If you're watching this not live, just copy paste that into the comment section, put your score lines in there, and you can feature in the next video when we come back around for the second legs. So you guys got your pickaroos. I'm actually going to go with a cheeky, what have I gone for there? 3-1 win for Manchester United. Snatch it. Yannick Buster with a 2-1 win. You guys are looking at, it's a bit crazy in the old chat at the moment. Devante Caprice with a 2-0 win for Club Brugge. Mustafi Boulale has gone with a 0-0 draw. I've gone with a win for United on this one to take it and give themselves the advantage into the first leg. So that's that one. Moving on to the next one, we have Ludogorets Razgrad up against Inter Milan. So let's take a look at that one. So heading into this, Ludogorets Razgrad in their domestic lead. They must be out in Bulgaria. They top the table out of that quite convincingly, 6 points clear of their nearest rivals, Levinsky Sofia. Internazionale currently, according to my knowledge, it might have changed because of games taking place today. I think. Actually, Inter Milan actually play today to take on Lazio later on, so it could change. But as of recording, as of this moment, they're top of the table out in Italy. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds for this bad boy. Ludogorets Razgrad 7-2 for the victory, 14-5 is the draw, 11-8 on is Inter Milan favourites for this one away from home. Bookies will give it to 6-1 for Inter Milan to win the trophy outright, whereas Ludogorets Razgrad are long shots, 250-1. We're going to start with on this one. Who's going to open up a can of whoop-ass on this one? We're going to start with Jack Harvey with a 5-0 win for Inter Milan. Sumit Guantam has gone with a 2-0 win for Inter as well. LG Cal, the Patreon, 4-0 win for Inter Milan as well to start the old bookings on that bad boy. For me, what am I going to go with on this one? I'll tell you in a little bit more. See if we've got any more information for you heading into this. Ludogorets Razgrad scoring goals for fun out in the domestic league. 6-0 win over Botev yesterday, I think. 6-0 winners. However, before that, they actually were on a 3-game winless run, losing to Crvena Zvezda, which are the Red Star Belgrade, perhaps. I'm not too sure. Very, very tricky running anyway, heading into this. Inter Milan, obviously, last time out, they did lose to Napoli, but hopefully get back to winning ways against title rivals Lazio. That's later on today. So we have a couple more picks in the house. We have Devante Caprice with a 3-0 win for Inter Milan. Yannick Buster's gone 3-0 as well. Yunus Sol, Inter doesn't take it serious, 2-1 win. So, for me, what have I gone for on this bad boy? Ludogorets Razgrad against Inter Milan. I've gone with a cheeky 2-1 win, just like you, Yunus Sonol. Ahmed Douada with a 3-0 win for Inter Milan on this one. So that puts that one in the coffers. Next up, we have Frankfurt up against Radensport Salzburg, or Red Bull Salzburg, depending on where you are in the world. So Frankfurt against Salzburg out of Austria. What you guys got for me on that bad boy? So Frankfurt out in Germany up against Salzburg out in Austria. Salzburg actually second in the table over in Austria at the moment, behind Lasic. We'll see them in a minute. Frankfurt not doing too well, down in 10th in the Bundesliga at the moment. Heading into this, their recent run, actually Frankfurt actually lost earlier this weekend, actually, to Dortmund quite convincingly, 4-0. But before that, they were unbeaten in a 4-game run, winning 3 and drawing 1. Salzburg, similar sort of form, losing the last game. Who was their last defeat against? They lost to Lasic, probably to sabotage the current standings over in Austria. So they lost last time out, but before that they won 4 games on a 4-game streak at the moment. So not too bad indeed. On this one, Frankfurt are actually 21-20 on in favour for the victory. 30-5 is the draw. 23-10 is the away win on this bad boy. If you want to take a long shot at one of these two to win the title outright, Salzburg are actually 16-1, Frankfurt actually 40-1. So yes, what do you guys got on this bad boy? We got Ron. Here. He's actually come in with a late prediction for the last one with a 1-0 win for Inter Milan over Ludogorets Razgrad. So Sumit Guatam has gone with a 1-1 draw. Devante Caprice has gone with a 3-3 draw. Jack Harvey with a 3-1 win as well for Salzburg. LG and Kent with a 2-1 win for Frankfurt as well. Marky B. Mark, stop the phone, everybody. We have a Patreon in the house. Once again, Aztec Marky B. Mark, thank you big time for becoming a Patreon for the channel. Big respect to you, brother. Thank you very much. Jonas Sol, Frankfurt will make a big show there. Big fan base, and they hate the Red Bull concept. 3-1 win for Frankfurt. Oh, yeah. A bit of vengeance there. Marky B. Mark's with a 1-1 draw. Ron says Red Bull straight draw, he says. Salzburg have lost a lot of key players. Obviously, they're coming crashing down into this from the Champions League as well. Jack Harvey's out of here, but thank you very much for stopping by. For me, though, I'm going to go with a cheeky 3-0 win for Frankfurt. They'll batter them, just like someone else said, and they'll take the advantage into the second leg, which is just the week after. So the Europa League comes thick and fast, whereas the Champions League, there's a bit of a break between the second legs. Moving on to Copenhagen up against Celtic. We've got a lot to talk about here, but this could be an hour-long stream, buddies, if we're not fast enough. So we're going to try and plough through these. Copenhagen coming through this up against Celtic. Now, get a lot of this, bad boys. Copenhagen coming into this second in their division over in Denmark. Up against Celtic, who are top of the table over in Scotland. Obviously doing very, very well. A 10-point lead of a Rangers as it stands. Rangers have a game in hand on them, but realistically, it looks like Celtic's to lose. Heading into this, Celtic do very, very well. 5 games unbeaten in all competitions, whereas Copenhagen are actually on a 3-game losing run, losing to Augsburg, AGF, and Nordkoping in both the league and, of course, the Danish Cup. Bookmakers' odds on this bad boy. We'll take a little look at it. Copenhagen, they are 2-1 for the victory. 9-4 is the draw. 11-8 for Celtic to pick up the victory in just the first leg. Remember that, just the first leg. The overall odds, Copenhagen are actually 100-1 to lift the trophy. Celtic are actually a little bit closer at 50-1 for the victory on this one. Miles Austin's gone with a 2-1 win for the away team. That is Celtic. Devante Caprice has gone with Celtic as well. 3-0 in the end. Elgin Cal, the Patreon as well. 3-1 win for Celtic over Copenhagen. Jonas Sol with a 1-1 or a 0-0. Boring result, he reckons. Summit Guantan with a 1-0 win for Copenhagen. Aztec Marky B. Mark with a 1-1 draw as well. Celtic, straight win. That's Ron. He's gone straight to the punch. No scoreline there. Dobie's just going straight win on this bad boy. For me, I can't. It's a tough one to call this one. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, just like Jonas Sol, just like Marky B. Mark, the old Patreon ledge that he is. So yeah, nice one there. Moving on to the next one. What do we got on the clocks? It is Cluj up against Sevilla. Heading into this bad boy. This is a tough one as well, especially the first leg. I think I fancy Sevilla overall to win this one, but you never know. You never know. Let's try and find Cluj. There they are, CFR Cluj. Against Sevilla. Cluj actually topped their table quite convincingly over in Romania. I remember that bad boy. Celtic know them very, very well. Played them 4 times this season, I think. Was it 4 times this season? Yeah, they played them in the Champions League qualifiers, and then they got drawn in the same group as them. So they played each other 4 times this season. That's crazy. But Sevilla this time out. Sevilla are actually 5th in La Liga at the moment. Again, I'm not too sure if their game is taking place. Not really looked at the results just yet. Club Brugge dominating it out in Romania, looking quite comfortably. But form-wise, just 2 wins at the past 5 for Cluj. Whereas Sevilla just 1 win at the past 5 in all competitions. Bookmakers' odds will go straight to the money on this one. It's 3-1 for Cluj. 5-2 is the draw. 11-10 on for Sevilla. So Sevilla, red hot favourites for the victory away from home, and they're actually favourites to win the trophy 6-1. So they are your championship or your trophy favourites. Cluj on the flip side, 250-1. Long shots. They are second major underdogs. I'll tell you who the first major underdog is in a little bit. What have we got going on? We've got Jack Harvey with a 2-1 for Celtic. That's the previous one. Devante Caprice with a 2-2 draw. Celtic just got a win against Aberdeen. 2-1 Rangers still 0-0 with Livingston. Jack Harvey with a 4-1 win for Sevilla. Elgin Cal with a 2-1 win for Sevilla. Miles Austin going with 2-1 win for Cluj. Looks like it. Jonas Sol, Cluj plays for their life. He's going with a 2-1 for Cluj on this one. Ahmed Duado with a 1-1 draw. Sevilla should be favourites, but they're playing bad. Draw for him. Aztec Marky B. Mark's going with a 2-1 win for Sevilla. Ron is going with a 0-0 draw as well. Carl BTW, welcome to the stream. 2-1 win for Sevilla. And Sashin Deplavsed with a 2-0 win for Sevilla as well. Looks like the majority of you guys going with Sevilla. I'm also going to go with a draw. Fooled ya. Yeah, right out of the bag. I'm going with a 2-2 draw. I think Cluj will hold out for something on this one, and they'll probably snatch it. And Sevilla will snatch it in the return leg in Spain, just in a week away. Next up, it's Sporting up against Istanbul Başakşehir, boys and girls. The boys that ousted Mönchengladbach on this one. So this one's got a little bit of a personal effect to me. I want to see Istanbul Başakşehir crash out. No, I don't. I'm not really. So Sporting up against Istanbul Başakşehir. Sporting come into this 4th in the table over in Portugal. Porto are not even 1st. So I think must be Benfica, right? Must be. Istanbul Başakşehir 2nd over in Turkey as well. Could be playing Champions League football next season. Heading into this, Sporting 2 wins of the past 5. Istanbul 2 wins of the past 5 as well. So 2 similar based forms. In fact, though, you've got to go back to 3 games for Sporting's last defeat. That was against Braga, who we'll take a look later. Istanbul's last defeat was against Fenerbahce back at the end of January. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this cracker. It is Sporting. Where are we? They are 3-4 on favourites. 11-4 is the draw. 7-2 is the away win. Sporting obviously losing Fernandes in a much talked about transfer. Can they still do the business without one of their key men? We'll have to wait and see. The bookmakers' odds on Sporting. It's quite hard to find the little bad boys. I expect them to be middle of the road. Where are you, Sporting? They are 80-1 to win the trophy as a whole. Istanbul Başakşehir are 100-1 as well. Which you guys got in the chat? We have I spoke to Rangers scored, so Rangers are 1-0 up. Jack Harvey with a 1-0 win for Istanbul. Miles Austin with a 0-0 draw. Devante Caprice with a 3-2 win for Sporting. Aztec Mark Mark with a 1-0 win for Sporting. Elgin Cow's gone Sporting as well with a 1-0. Jonas Sol with a 1-0 win for the away team. Ahmed Douada with a 2-1 win for Sporting. Carl BTW with a 2-0 win for Sporting. Bolasie and Acuna to score. He's even gone with the goal scorers on this one. So a lot of you guys going with Sporting on this one. I've probably gone the same. I've gone the other way. Holy cow. I've gone the other way. 2-1 win for Istanbul. Başakşehir to snatch an away win on this one. Maybe, just maybe, Sporting have taken a bit of a knock losing their key man. That's probably my mentality on this one. 2-1 win for... What's going on here then? That's a little bit dubious going on. It says 2-0 in this graphic, and it said the other way. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out in a minute. So moving on to the next one, it is Shakhtar Donetsk up against Benfica. This is another cracker coming at you. So Shakhtar obviously taking the first leg over in Ukraine up against Benfica, obviously at the top of the table out in Portugal at the moment. So let's take a look at these guys, try and bring up the numbers on this one. Shakhtar Donetsk currently flying high in the Ukrainian League. 14 points. Is it 14 points? It's 14 points clear of Dynamo Kiev over in Ukraine. Benfica leading the way as well, 4 points clear over Porto out in Portugal. Heading into this, Shakhtar Donetsk just a 1 draw at the past 5. The rest have been victories. Benfica on the flip side, 3-game winless run, 2 defeats and a draw in it. So Shakhtar Donetsk coming into this in a good bit of form, and they probably fancy their chances as well. Bookmakers odds on this one, they go 30-10 for Donetsk, 12-5 is the draw, 2-1 is the victory for Benfica. We are trying to plough through these boys because there's a lot to talk about. Did I get you guys? What have I got? Sporting. Carl BTW with a 2-0 win for Sporting. Ron's gone with a 2-0 for Sporting as well. Jack Harvey's gone with a 0-0 draw in the Shakhtar Donetsk game. Zwat Guatan with a 2-1 win for Shakhtar as well. Aztec B, Marky B Mark with a 2-1 win for Benfica. Tom Beresford, Patreon in the house, boys and girls. Patreon in the house. Respect to your brother. Tom Beresford with a 2-1 win for Benfica. Devante Caprice with a 4-2 win for Benfica as well. Big game there. Big goal scorers for that bad boy. Elgin Cow with a 1-1 draw. And Ron Ghost for Shakhtar. 2-1 win over Benfica. Carl BTW, 2-1 win for Benfica. Red card OG on this one. He's gone all on detail on that bad boy. So that's your guys' picks. I'm going with a 2-1 win, I hope, for Benfica, I think. So let's see if that's gone ridden through. Yes, it has. So going with a 2-1 win for Benfica to snatch the early advantage. It's an away day victory as well. 2 away goals on this one. The final game of this side of the draw. We've got the other half. We've still got a lot to do. Getafe against Ajax. Getafe coming at you out of La Liga. Ajax obviously out of the Eredivisie. Ajax flying high at the moment over in Holland or the Netherlands, depending on how you pronounce it. They are actually 3 points clear of AZ Alkmaar, who are also in this competition. Getafe are up to 3rd at the moment. They played. I think they did Barcelona beat them. I think Barcelona beat them yesterday. I don't have the scoreline's not respected on my table that I'm looking at, but so they were 3rd. They could be down to at least possibly 4th or 5th, depending on the results elsewhere this weekend. Heading into this, prior to the Barcelona game, Getafe actually won 4 of the last 4 games. In all competitions. Ajax on the flip side won 4 out of the past 5, losing once in that number. Bookmakers odds on this one, Getafe, obviously first leg is over in Spain, 8-5 for the victory on this one. 12-5 is the draw, 8-5 is the away win. To win it outright though, Ajax actually 7-1, obviously coming through the Champions League to this now to kind of boss it. Champions League semi-finalists last year, but they've lost a whole lot of decent players in that 12 months period. Can they make it to another European final? Well, we'll have to wait and see. Getafe 50-1. Did I give you the odds on the previous one? What was the other one? It was Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk are actually 50-1. Who was their opposition? Benfica. Was it? Benfica are actually. Where are Benfica? 33-1. So sorry about that. What do you guys got for me in the chat? We're going to start with Jack Harvey with a 3-2 win for Ajax on this one. If City are banned from the Champions League, I will really miss my annual trip to Shakhtar. Bloody, you get about a bit. You get around a bit, LG and Cow. You get around a fair bit around. So going to the Ukraine. Summit Guantan with a 1-1 draw. Devante Caprice with a 3-0 win for Ajax. Tom Beresford 3-1 win for Ajax in the win. Super Leeds TV, welcome to the stream, buddy. LG and Cal with a 2-1 win for Ajax. Ron's going with a 0-0 draw. Super Leeds TV's going with a 2-0 win for Ajax as well. Defante Caprice with a... Barcelona did beat Getafe by 2-1. Miles Austin with a 3-1 win in favour of Getafe, looks like. And Carl BTW, this is a hard one. He's going to go with a 2-2 draw to take home, a bit of an advantage, perhaps, for Ajax on the away goals. So I'm actually going to go with a 1-1 draw on this one to give Getafe a bit of hope. I think a scoreless draw over in the Dutch lens would get them through, according to my predictions. So next up, what do we have in the chat? Well, not in the chat. We're moving on to the next side of the draw. What the heck's going on with my graphics? What's going on with my graphics, people? It says 2-1 for Getafe, but I'm sticking with the 1-1. I'm going with the 1-1. I'll change that. Somehow. Somehow I'll change it. So on to the next one. We have Wolfsburg up against Malmö. Wolfsburg up against Malmö. So it's Bundesliga up against the Swedish division, the Allsvenskan. So Malmö actually 10th in the Allsvenskan, and Wolfsburg are actually 9th in the Bundesliga heading into this. So Wolfsburg not really in contention for European football at the moment domestically, but they'll try and get the chances to go very, very far in this competition. Heading into this, though, Wolfsburg are actually unbeaten, a 3-game unbeaten run, 2 wins and a draw. Not talking about the last game. Malmö on the flip side won 3 games at the past 4, losing once in the process. That defeat was against Varberg. They actually beat Sivarianska in the Swedish Cup 8-0 a couple days ago, so not too bad goal-scoring form for them heading into this. Bookmakers odds on this one, Wolfsburg, they're actually... I've just lost my odds. Wolfsburg are actually probably favourites, 7-4 on favourites. 92 is the odds for the away win for Malmö. 16-5 is the draw. So the bookies going with Wolfsburg on this one there. Wolfsburg are actually 50-1 favourites to win the trophy as a whole. Malmö, long shots, 250-1 to win it as well. We got to go a few pickaroos in the chat. We're going to start with Aztec Marky B Mark with a 2-1 win as well. So one patron to the other. It is Tom Beresford with a 3-2 win for Wolfsburg. And another patron straight after him, LG and Cow. Look at that, it's the Patreon gang straight in there. They're not mucking about, they're straight in there where they're pickaroonies. And they're all going for Wolfsburg. Devante Caprice with a 2-0 win as well for Wolfsburg. Carl BTW with a 1-0 win for Wolfsburg. Both clubs to get a red card. He's breaking down the numbers nice and specific. Ron's gone with a 2-1 win for Malmö. He's gone with Wolfsbang. He's gone with Wolfsbang. That's a quality name. Wolfsbang with Super Leeds TV with a 2-1 win for Malmö. Miles Austin, though, has gone with a 1-1 draw on this one. He can't separate the two sides. I have no idea what I've done because my graphics are all over the shop. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. It looks like, I think Wolfsburg are a much stronger side than Malmö. Obviously, their position in the Bundesliga table is not really respective of their talents. But the Bundesliga is a tough old division this year as well. You know, Dortmund starting to click into top gear. We have Bayer Leverkusen not even in the equation. We have Leipzig. We have Bayern, a kind of a headless chicken that is Bayern because they haven't really got a manager that's plotting the future. They've got a guy holding the fort and he's doing very, very well. So Wolfsburg, 9th in the table. It's kind of like a false perspective of their actual talents. That's a long-winded. But I'm going with a 2-0 win for Wolfsburg to get the advantage. And again, it's not out of the woods that Malmö could turn them around when it comes to Sweden, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up, from one German team to another, is Bayer Leverkusen up against Porto. It's probably one of the games of the round, this one. Heading into this, Leverkusen currently find themselves 5th in the Bundesliga, just 2 points adrift of Champions League football as it stands. Porto are 2nd currently over in Portugal as well. 4 points adrift of Benfica, top of the table. They have a game in hand as well, though, to close the gap on that. Porto are actually decent form in the moment, 4 wins at the past 5. Same can be said for Bayer Leverkusen as well, 4 wins at the past 5. They did actually beat Dortmund quite convincingly last week with a 4-3, 7-goal barnstorm, and they also beat Union Berlin this weekend with a 3-2 win as well. Bookmakers odds on this one, they go with Bayer Leverkusen 11-10 on. Porto are 3-1 for this victory, 12-5 is the draw. Bookmakers odds for the overall championship, 25-1 for Bayern to lift up the trophy. Porto are a little bit worse off, 50-1 actually, so Leverkusen slightly better. If you are a betting man, we're going to start with. We have what do we have got going on here? We're going to start with William AFCB. He's gone with a 6-1 win for Wolfsburg. That's the previous one. Super TV Max answered the place for Malmö. He did, brother. That's good little statistic thrown out there. That's nice to keep it up to date with all your old boys. William AFCB is going with a 4-2 win for Leverkusen. Summit Guantan with a 2-1 win for Porto. Davide Gabisa with a 3-2 win for Bayer Leverkusen. Elgin Cow with a 3-1 win for Leverkusen. Tom Beresford, 3-3 draw, 6-goal Barnstormer. Carl BTW with a 2-2 draw. Havertz goal scorers. Yes, that would be nice on the old thing. Is he going to stick around in Leverkusen next season? Probably not. And the way things go over in Germany, probably end up at Bayern. That's that. So the majority of you guys, I don't know, it actually seems to be split. Reese Akhtar, Blackburn Rovers fan in the house, boys and girls. 2-1 win in favour of Leverkusen. Let's get the old up on the old big screen here. I'm actually going to go with a 3-2 win for Bayer Leverkusen, just to edge it. A lot of goals in it, a lot of drama. Looking forward to that one. So that'll be a clacker for you guys if you're watching it at home. Moving on to the next one. What do we have? We have AZ Alkmaar up against Lasic. Now, AZ Alkmaar doing okay over in the Dutchlands. Second in the table, 47 points on the board. Currently behind Ajax in the Eredivisie. Lasic currently lead the way over in Austria ahead of everybody's favourite Austrian team, Salzburg. So Lasic surprising us all at the moment. Well, maybe not. Maybe not surprising us. Obviously, I'm not a big follower of Austrian football, but Salzburg are the team, and Rapid Vienna, Sturm Graz are the teams I'm familiar with over in Austria. But Lasic leading the way, and I think they won it last year, perhaps. Somebody can correct me in the old chat on that one. Heading into this, though, AZ Alkmaar losing the past 2 games. I'm not too sure about that last one. Lasic, though, 4-game winning run at least on this one. There's my prediction. It's already up there. I've pressed the button ahead of you. But what are you guys thinking about that one while I revealed the odds? The odds on this one is evens for AZ Alkmaar. Linz or Lasic, should I say, 13-5 for the away win. 13-5 is also the draw. I'm going with a 2-1 win. You guys, what are you guys going to go with? We're going to start with William AFCB with a 3-1 for AZ Alkmaar. Summit Guantan with a 1-0 win for Alkmaar as well. Miles Austin with a 2-1 win for Lasic on this one. Tom Beresford, 2-1 win for AZ Alkmaar. Davide Caprice, same scoreline as well. Elgin Cow with a 2-0 win for AZ. Carl BTW with a 3-0 win for Alkmaar. And Super Leeds TV 3-2 win for AZ Alkmaar. And Ron, right there at the bottom there, with a 2-0 win for AZ Alkmaar. So that's our latest round. Let me just clear some of these tabs down, and it makes me feel that I'm getting to the end of this one, because it's forever, never ending, this one. So I've gone with a 2-1 win for AZ Alkmaar. Next up we have Eintracht Frankfurt. No, it's not. It's Olympiacos. Hold the flipping phone. Up against Arsenal. That's right. Eintracht Frankfurt was the group on this one. Obviously, Olympiacos coming crashing down into this one from the Champions League. They were in Spurs' group in the old Champions League. Now they take on Arsenal in a double header. Heading into this, Olympiacos top of the table out in Greece, 2 points clear of PAOK, who lead the way, or the top 2 teams lead the way over in Greece. Meanwhile, Arsenal are 11th in the table, taking on Newcastle in about now. They're just about kicked off on this one. Heading into this, though, Arsenal are well, they're actually drawing a shit ton load of games. 4 draws at the past 5. The only other difference was a 2-1 win against Bournemouth. Olympiacos on the flip side, unbeaten in a wee run as well, winning in the past 3 along the way. Bookmakers odds on this one. I'll probably go with Arsenal on this one. 11-5 for the Olympiacos. 12-5 is the draw. 6-5 is the away win. Now, overall on this bad boy, let's have a look at the odds for the title itself. Arsenal actually 8-1 to win it. Olympiacos 100-1 to win this bad boy. So we're going to go with Elgin Cow kicks us off with a 2-1 win for the Gooners. Bueno Fraser, respectively, brother, welcome to the stream. 3-0 for Arsenal. William AFCB, a 1-0 win for Olympiacos. Davide Caprice with a 3-1 win for Arsenal. Swam Guatam's gone with a 2-0 Gunners win, and it looks like he's a Gooner. Mustafa Abuf Bulale with a 1-1 draw. Super Leeds TV 4-1 win for the Gooners. Tom Beresford 2-2 draw. Miles Austin 3-0 win for the Gunners. Carl BTW a 2-0 win for Arsenal as well. And Aztec Mark with a 2-1 win for Olympiacos on this one. So it's split, seems to be split down the middle by the guys watching in the stream. I'm going with a 2-1 win for the Gooners to snatch it, a small advantage, but they'll take it back to London with the upper hand. So 2-1 in the end for Arsenal. Next up, we have another English team. It is Wolves up against Espanyol. Wolves doing very well in the old Premier League. Let's trying to keep themselves in the mix for Champions League. Now remember, our 5th spot at the moment looks like it could get you Champions League, but it could all change. We'll see what happens with the appeal process from Manchester Manchester City. Heading into this, Wolves are 7th, Espanyol rock bottom at the moment over in La Liga. They could obviously do very well in this tournament, get very far, and they could still get relegated to the Segunda Division. So they need to get the priorities right, and I don't think this is right. I think they should be focusing on La Liga, get themselves out of it, and they could come back around another season and maybe get into Europe again. Because get your domestic shit in order, just like Wolves, looking good, but they're on a bit of a bad run at the moment. Wolves, 1 win at the past 5, drawing 2, losing 2 as well, all competitions as well. Espanyol, just 2 wins at the past 5, 2 defeats at the past 5 as well when you look at it. So not bad. They've turned a little bit of a corner form-wise, but they need to get their act together a little bit more consistently, because they could end up, doing very well in this and ending up with egg on their face. Bookmakers odds on this one: 5-3 on for Wolves for the victory right here at Molineux. 14-5 is the draw. 90-4 is the away win. Bookmakers odds on this one on the overall victory: 12-1 for Wolves to pick up the trophy, become champions. Meanwhile, Espanyol are 80-1. Long shots on this one. What you guys got in the chat on this one? We're going to start with William AF CB, 3-3 draw, 6-goal Barnstormer. Summit Guatan with a 3-0 win for Wolves. LG and Cal with a 2-0 win for Wolves as well. Tavati Caprice, 2-0 win for Wolves. Assassin the Plouside with a 2-1 win for Espanyol as well. You mean Portugal versus Espanyol? Yeah, they do have just a small Portuguese contingent as well. Tom Burston with a 2-2 draw. Miles Austin with a 4-0 win in favour of Wolves. Espanyol getting relegated. Carl BTW with a 2-1 win for Wolves as well. Sachin de Plavs, a 2-1 win. Espanyol. Carl BTW and Super Leeds, they're going to have a little bit of a chat amongst themselves. Not involved with me. I'm letting them have it. Super Leeds TV's going the 4-0 win for Wolves in the end. What have I gone for on this one? I've gone for a tricky 2-0 win for Wolves to edge it and get themselves 1 foot in the next round. But it'll be a different matter when they come around to Spain. Nicosia up against Basel. I used to live in Cyprus back in the day when I was a wee nipper. Up against Basel out in Switzerland. Bookmakers odds, I'll tell you that in a second. Let me go and take a look at some stats for you. Upon Nicosia back in the day, not back in the day, right here, right now, 20, they played 20 games, they're second in the table over in Cyprus. 2 points adrift of Anorthosis, who are top the table out in Cyprus. Means now Basel are third over in Switzerland, played 1 game more as well over the other teams chasing for the title, actually 5 points adrift over in Switzerland. Heading into this, Nicosia just won 2 of the past 5 games. Basel were losing 4 of the past 5 games. So really bad form. So this has got the makings of a win for Nicosia here. Obviously a 2-legged affair, so it could be a win here for Nicosia, but Basel could turn it around again in the second leg. That's just my initial vibe on this one. The bookmakers odds is 15-8 for Nicosia. 7-5 is the away win. 23-10 is the draw. Nicosia are the long shots. 750-1 to win the tournament as a whole. Basel are 80-1 to win this one, the tournament. So, what are you guys thinking about that bad boy? So, despite the form book, William AFCB is going with a 6-3 win for Basel, Barnstormer. Super League TV 1-0 win for... Okay. Tom Burster with a 3-0 win for Basel. Sachin de Plavsa with a 3-2 win for Basel as well. Tavati Caprice with a 1-0 win for Nicosia. Yes, a Cypriot team has made it. LG and Cal's going with a 1-0 win for Basel as well. But Carl BTW with a 4-0 win for Basel as well. The majority of you guys going with the Swiss team. Reading, just completely not listening to the statistics of how bad Basel are. But I have also joined you, that's right, with a 2-1 win for Basel. It is just as what Carl BTW has said, it's a Cypriot team. What are the odds? What are the likelihood that they'll come through and beat this bad boy? And even if it is a 2-legged affair. In fact, I would say Basel will not lose this game. They will either draw it or they'll come away with the victory. So that's my take on that one. And we're into the final 2 here. Is Roma up against Genk out of Belgium. That's right. This is a trickier one. Obviously, Roma were doing very well in Serie A, but they've the Wolves the wheels have come off a little bit for them heading into this. So. Form-wise, they're 5th in the table at the moment, 39 points, 6 points clear, or 6 points adrift of Atalanta in 4th in Serie A. Gent are actually 2nd in Belgium, behind Club Brugge, who are running away with it at the moment. They are 9 points clear? 9 points clear of Gent, who are in 2nd spot. Gent, on the flip side, are actually 5 points clear of Sporting Charleroi in 3rd spot. But Roma's form is absolutely shit right now. Past 5 games, they've lost 4 of them, drawn 1 of them, so winless in 5. Gent, on the flip side, picked up 4 wins and 1 draw in the last 5 as well. Obviously not in European competition. We're talking mainly domestic football here, folks. So Roma absolutely going through the mill form-wise. Bookmakers 9-4 on for Roma on this one. 10-3 is the draw. 6-1 is the long shots. That is Gent. They are long shots for the victory in this first leg. Bookmakers, they get Roma 16-1 to be victorious over here. And win the trophy as a whole. Gent are 100-1 as well. So we're going to go with a couple of catch-ups on here as well. Zot Guatam with the 0-0 draw. That was on the previous one. William AFCB has gone with a 3-2 win for Roma. Elgin Cows also gone same scoreline, 3-2 as well. Atlantic Caprice with a 2-1 win for Roma. Carl BTW, Roma 3-1. Smalling hat-trick. William AFCB, but Gang could bring it back in the second leg. So William AFCB reckons Gent are going to surprise us all and get themselves through. Mustafa A. Bouale with a 2-1 win for Roma. Tom Beres with a 3-1 win for Roma as well. Summit Guatan with a 2-1 win for Rome. Aztec Market Mount with a 3-2 win for Gent. Surprise, surprise. Oh yeah, the majority going with Roma. I think I'm going with Roma as well, convincingly 3-0. I made my picks before I really looked at the form. And yeah, Roma's form does concern me. And I think they could actually, this could be an upset waiting to be happened. I'm going to ride with it with my 3-0 win in the end. And we're going to roll it out now with the last one. It is Rangers up against Sporting Braga. Very, very difficult one to call this one. Let's take a look at it then, shall we? Rangers coming to this second of the table. If LG and Cal can check the scores for me, he'll let me know what the scoreline is between themselves and Livingston. But they're actually 10 points, at least 10 points adrift of Celtic heading into this. Their form book is not the greatest. It's 3 wins at the past 5, losing 1 and drawing 1 when they lost to Kilmarnock earlier this week. Sporting Braga looking decent at the moment, 3rd in the table. Quite cut off a little bit from the top 2 out in Portugal. But their form is decent, 4 wins at the past 5, and that other one was a draw. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this one is 90-20. 19-20 in favour of Rangers. So they are favourites heading into this. 5-2 is the draw. 2-1 Rangers. Okay, that's the other thing. 5-2. 40-5 is the long shots. That is Braga. So they are long shots, despite dominating their group. Remember that they actually dominated the group with Wolves. So let's not consider this too an easier a game to call on this. Rangers are actually one of the outsiders here. 100-1 to win this title. Sporting Braga actually 125 to 1 to win this title. We're going to start with where are we at? We are starting with Summit Guatan with a 1-1 draw. Question mark. It looks like LG Cam with a 2-1 win for Rangers. Atlantic Caprice with a 3-0 win for Braga. Aztec Market B Mark with a 2-1 win for Rangers. Tom Beres the same scoreline as well. William AFCB 4-1 in the end for Braga. Celtic, Bournemouth and Everton. Okay. LGK 1-0 up with the game in hand, 10 points off top. So that's the lowdown right there for the Scottish situation, and that's what Rangers' form book is at the moment. Carl BTW confirming that as well with a 1-0 win at the moment to Livingston. So you guys made your pickaroos as well. What have I made? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Bish, bash, bosh. I'm going with the 1-1 draw. Yeah, who else is with me on this one? Summit Guatam's with me on this one, the 1-1 draw. A lot of you guys backing Rangers on this one, but I think this has got potential banana skin on this one for Rangers. Sporting a decent Wolves know that very, very well. But that, my friends, wraps up my pickaroos for this little live session for the Europa League. We'll do it again next week. Obviously, once the games come, probably looking at Friday. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, when time comes around and all that kind of good stuff. But don't go anywhere, folks. Hang on in there before you go. I just want to let you know about the rest of the channel. If you want to check me out, if you don't know, I'm on Twitter, chasing 1,000 followers on Twitter. Not far away after a good weekend for Rovers. Respect to my brother. Patreon.com, boys and girls. If you are curious and you want to become an exclusive member of the Patreon gang, boys and girls, just like LG and Cal, just like Mitchell Shoney, Constable 1976, Aztec Marky B Mark, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, and of course John Spurn, the ledge. That's John Spurn. That is the link right there to become Patreons. You can join for as little as a bottle of water a month. And also youtube.com/Blackburn Overseas. If you don't know where I am or where you are right now, that's us. Smash the subscribe, smash the thumbs up, boys and girls. And that is pretty much me, I think. Whew, what a session. That's a belter. I've been trying to get this live stream up on the channel for a while, but because of the amount of games, the amount of, I've actually got visitors right here, right now, taking up space in the studio, so I couldn't really get to it very, very soon. But who do you think is going to win the old Europa League? Get your thoughts and predictions and comments down in the section down below. If you are watching this for the first time and you want to take part in prediction and you couldn't catch the live stream, you can still copy-paste the fixtures that are in the description into the comments section, put your scorelines in there, and then next week we'll take a little look what you predicted, see how well you got on, and then see if you can out-predict the prediction keeper. looking, as to my predictions, they look a bit all over the place. Yes, Marky B Mark. Yes, I know. We'll get there. We'll get there, sunshine. We'll get this. I'm hoping for a draw, brother. I'm hoping for a draw. Yes. Do you think City's ban will be upheld? I think there's still more to come from this Manchester City ban. I reckon it might get reduced to 1 year. So I don't think they'll be there next year. Yes. Good night to everybody, or good day. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's a bit of a news, isn't it? The old Manchester City stuff. Yeah, we'll see what happens. There's even talk about Premier League stuff being retracted and all that. A big old mess. I don't really want to talk about it. I'm all about the positivity and optimism and keep your spirits up and all that kind of good stuff. But it is a bit of a mess. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Coming in, obviously, next couple of days. I've got the Brentford Rovers preview. I've actually prepared it. I'm going to record it off camera in a second, and then I'm preparing for the Championship prediction show, which should be tomorrow, and then Premier League prediction show Tuesday. It's got a whole week of stuff coming at you, folks, so make sure you stick around. Bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe, check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there: Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com, brothers. Come on, sunshines, hit the old subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. I'll see ya next time. I'm out, Skip.